What do you do when you want the look of a skateboard and don't have one? You make one out of resin.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
To get that skateboard look, I'm using Aluminite clear slow set, and I'm just pouring tiny thin layers. In between each layer, I put it in the pressure pot for about 15 minutes, and then I apply the next layer. After I do the final pour, I do leave it in the pressure pot overnight. Now that I got it out of the pressure pot, I need to flatten it so that I can get a good surface when I start to use the epoxy, which is just 5-minute epoxy to bond the resin block with the 2 pieces of maple. This piece of maple is about 8 inches square by about 3 inches thick. So as you can see here, it's wobbling around quite a bit. So, with that resin throwing off the weight with that small piece of wood, it's just bouncing around, and it gets better, but I had to turn the lathe speed down, as you can see, about 800 RPM until I got this thing a little bit more balanced and more round. At this point, I still really don't have a clue of what shape I want to make this bowl. I'm just turning it, going with what the bowl's kind of want to be. And here shortly, you'll see that I do settle in on a shape. Now that I got the shape, I just want to use the skew to kind of take out any imperfections or bumps and dips that I have in the bowl, just to make it a little bit easier when I go to start sanding it. As I begin to shape the bottom, I'm always looking at how am I going to finish the bowl at the end by removing either the mortise or the tenon, because what I want it to do is sit up on the edges and then dip in on the bottom, and that doesn't matter if I'm leaving a foot on it or if it's just going to sit. That way, if the bowl moves or shifts, you've got a better chance of it sitting flat and not wobbling on a counter. All right, I got it turned around, but before we start hollowing it out, let me go to the sticker board and show you some of the stickers I got in the mail. It was a big mail call this week, so I got a sticker from Michael over at Lakeshore Woodturning. I'll put everybody's links down below, so thank you, Michael. I got one from Jake over at Northside Custom Crafts. Check out Jake's channel, brought a lot of good information about resin. And then Brian over at Projects by Brian. Brian, I've been watching his stuff. I'm going to be converting my CNC over. He's got one of the CNCs that is a DIY built. I'll put more information, some other time. But anyway, Brian has got some really interesting videos if you're into CNC. He makes some keyboards out of aluminum, really cool stuff. So go check him out. And then Drew over at Fisher's Shop. Learned a lot from Drew. Drew's got some really awesome videos. His neighbors have no wood because he keeps stealing all their woods. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Drew's channel and you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'll get these up on the board and then we'll get back to turning the project. As I'm turning this bowl, I'm still using my traditional bowl gouge, but you'll see me stopping it here like I'm doing now and checking for how bad the chip out is. Right now it's not too bad, and then towards the end you'll see me switch completely over to my carbide, and I'll tilt that at an angle so it's more of a negative rake without using that negative rake cutter that I have. You see it here. That's you see me just turning it on its side just to so it's not such a harsh angle, and I get a really good finish on the resin without any chip out doing it that way. I didn't like the way that the bottom felt. It felt too square to me. I wanted to round this over. I had a lot more material on the inside, so I was okay with doing this. And in the end, I think it turned out really nicely with the shape. Here you see me removing that mortise like I was talking about earlier, and then I'll sand it and put my logo in, and then just finish it like I normally do. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you sticking around. If you did like it, please press that like button, comment, share. All those great things help the channel out. And until next time, I wish you and your family a blessed day. Thank you.